I am the croc rockin', nickelback poppin', girls for all the girls, the Terminator Sam Beal, and you're eating a dub and watching the Main Event Wrestling Network. Ooh, baby.
You heard the man. This is the Main Event Wrestling Network. My name is Pierce of the Ope Three-Way. Oh, hey there. And today we are going to be talking All In. It is AEW's biggest show of the year. I'm always excited for this, but I am not alone. We got Tuck with us. Tuck, how are you this morning?
I gotta give the OTM Otis welcome here for the Main Event Mixer on a Sunday morning. I'm alive early for me, 8 a.m. But that means the show starts at 10 a.m. So I'm all in for brunch, and I'm all in for this Main Event Mixer with you, Ian, and at BB Boris. Boris, how we doing this morning?
You're pretty fired up for 8 a.m. It's 9 a.m. here, and I'm dragging. This is going to be fun. I'm excited. I know Pierce is a big fan of mine and my zaniness.
Oh, I love having Boris around because you never know what you're going to hear, and it's always quality. So, and of course,
never racist.
And never racist. Don't ever be racist. That is a main event guarantee. And the final participant in this mixer, we got Ian from OTM. Ian, how you doing this morning?
What's up, dog? Yeah, no, Tucky, this is 8 a.m. for him is nothing. This man's running marathons at 5 a.m. on the daily.
I got 7 miles in before the show, so.
Oh, you're one of those people that take care of yourself, loser.
Hey, instead of last time, I'm not drinking a beer. I'm drinking water. I'm not going to have beer till we get to the show.
Yeah, at least when the pre-show starts.
I got a beer most over here.
Ah, there we go. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to show out for a Ope Three-Way. But there are 13 matches on this card. There's 5 pre-show matches. We're going to talk about 2 of them, and then I think we'll talk about the other 9. So make sure to follow the Main Event Network and everybody affiliated with the Main Event Network. It's Ope Three-Way. That's OTM. We're on the road to 420. So that being said, how are we feeling about the show, guys? Are we excited? Are we a little skeptical on things? I'm very excited for it. What are you guys thinking?
Tell you what, I am known as the tribalist of for AEW on the OTM podcast. That's what they call me. But I will say this: there's a reason that AEW keeps me locked in, and it's shows like this. The card is stacked every single time, at least from a storyline aspect. There's some things they could fix, absolutely. But at least wrestling-wise, it's going to be fantastic. So this is my WrestleMania for the year, and I'm happy that we don't have to go watching it till 2 a.m. this time. I'm very happy with the early time slot.
That definitely helps. I mean, them doing Wembley again, I don't know if that was the best choice. I figure they would have waited a couple more years. They did 2 Wembley, then went to Texas, then Wembley again. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but I understand why they did it for what the main event is going to be. So, like, Boris, how you feeling about the show?
This whole pay-per-view could have been done on TV. No, I'm just kidding. Go where you can make money.
You're kidding. No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, countdown. I was going to ask you guys. Yeah. The countdown show starts the same time that we're on, or whatever they call it, the buy-in or whatever. It's going to be a fun show. Yeah, go where you make money, and they're going to make money there, and they're going to do well. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day. It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a daytime day, which is good. I'm an old man now. I can't stay up past my bedtime.
Yeah, I love the morning afternoon show. I love that the city imposes a hard curfew on AEW. I wish
really,
yeah, they like even on the Ticketmaster listing it says curfew. Like the show can start, the doors open here, and it has to be done by this time. And so it's supposed to be 4 hours. So we'll see.
Tony Khan,
I'm moving to the UK.
Son of a bitch, added 2 hours of pre-show and 5 matches, but we're only going to talk about 2 of them. I say we start with the one that I assume, because the second pre-show match is going to bleed into the main card. So we'll start with the one that was added yesterday, and that's Maya World defending her TBS championship again.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Big Boom AJ.
Boom.
Ian,
so why are they famous? Explain to me.
Ian a 1-minute window at the end of the show.
Okay. Like, I'll save up for them.
They ate cookies at Costco, and that made them famous. I don't understand the whole gimmick.
Yes,
yeah,
we bring the
vibes.
Yes,
they're good vibes. They're having.
I eat cookies all the time. I'm not famous.
Yeah, but you
like
didn't film a
do it on
catchy song
TikTok.
with your son and post it on TikTok and go, boom,
boom,
Oh.
boom, boom, and then
Where the hell were you guys before?
I know.
But this is a match that has been built up. They've had a couple matches here or there in between this month since Maya's won the title, and it's been a pretty solid build up to get to this match. I would prefer it on the main show because there is a lot of story to it. I understand why it's not, because they have the curfew, and Tony Khan likes 30-minute matches every match, which, you know, for some people, Donnie, who's a real person, Kyle, Pluggo, they don't like it, but it's got a lot of story. I think at this point, you have to put the title on Persephone. You have to. I didn't think Maya was even going to win this championship when she did, but she's done good in her reign, but it was never going to be a long reign for a character like Maya World. And yeah, that's a good point. She wasn't really ready. I think she did good for what she has done, but I think it's Persephone going to win, and she's going to be double champ. Tucky, what are you thinking?
I don't have much of an opinion on this one. I only echo the sentiments of Maya World, but that was a fun roller coaster to be on leading up to Forbidden Door and things like that. A title change on a pre-show is not something they're afraid to do. And so I think I agree with your comments, and now I'm interested in seeing it. Some of these pre-show matches being added so late, I haven't thought to carve out time for them. So here we go.
That's why we're talking about 2. Boris, what do you think?
I could give a shit. No, it's happening for the sake of it happening. I think my world has done well with they gave her a bit of the ball and she ran with it. I feel like they hotshot their titles around way too much, but that's another chat for another day. Persephone is good. I'm a fan. So yeah, it pops me out. Don't pay attention, but yeah, it'll be good. It'll be fine. Persephone will get the win, and my world will settle back into where she's going to be and keep working and learning and getting better. And who knows?
I think this title, where we've gotten with this TBS title, is pretty cool because it's where you want your mid-card titles to be. When I think of the TBS title, I think of like a Willow Nightingale. I think of Chris Statlander. They were holding that title and kind of trying to cement it as the mid-card title that it is. That's kind of what they tried to do with Maya World, which was nice, but it didn't really work. I don't think Maya's really there yet to be a single star. I think she cemented herself as hey, look, if I'm on the card, know that I can put on a good wrestling match. So that's a good start. Persephone, though, I think miles of what Persephone could be for whatever company she ends up signing with. I think she's still technically with CMLL. So
she might have a double contract.
She might. Okay, so if that's the case, AEW needs to scoop her, or WWE needs to keep their eyes out, because I think Persephone is fantastic. I think she's got the character, she's got the personality to be a star, and she can hold herself in the ring. She's a perfect developmental talent. I say give this title to Persephone as well.
The stage looks pretty sick. Here come the oops. Here come the oops.
Yeah.
The oops.
Yeah.
Hey, is Action Andretti one of the oops now?
Yep.
My favorite game to play is take Jack Cartwheel and Action Andretti and put them side to side, and you have to figure out which one's which. Continue.
Anyway, going on to the next match. It is a Trios Royale Roulette for the AEW World Trios Championship. What a Royale Roulette is, I don't know. But we have the champs, Hangman Adam Page and Brodito, versus the Bang Bang Gang, Conglomeration, Death Riders, which is Claudio Pac and Wheeler Yuta, The Demand, The Dogs, and there's a wild card team. We all kind of expect it to be Swerve and 2 others. Those 2 others are probably going to be Kofi and Austin Creed. It's not going to be Kofi, Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Those names are owned by WWE, so I would assume it's going to be Kofi and Austin Creed. And that's probably going to be the part that bleeds in. I assume this is going to be similar to a gauntlet match more than anything. But I don't know if I see the wild card winning. I don't think it would make much sense for them to win the titles on their first day. I could see them doing it just for the pop, but I don't think it makes sense. And I think that the champs should probably retain. If they don't, I would like to see the Bang Bang Gang win the titles. I would like it to be a true trio, but any of the trios could win. But I'm gonna stick with the champs here. I'm sure this is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be chaos. Who knows what the rules are? We'll probably find out in an hour and a half, because it's a 2-hour pre-show that they're doing this time.
Yeah, I think that all trios titles should be thrown into a volcano, but this is a good way to get a bunch of people on the show that wouldn't otherwise be on the show. So yeah, it'll be cool. I think the newcomers are going to show up. I think the newcomers are going to go over, and Leo Rush rules, and his rainbow water rain jacket rules as well, and his rainbow umbrella also rules.
Yeah, as for this match, obviously I think the main takeaway is going to be whether the New Day are going to show up or not. Do we have a name? I know obviously it got leaked and probably voluntarily got leaked that they were showing up to AEW, and that's the reports is that they're joining Swerve, joining the trios division.
The name for the video that they released with the unicorns breaking out of the circus was Daybreak, so that's what everybody's thinking their name is going to be, but we don't have a specific. Their names are going to be Kofi and Austin Creed. That's almost guaranteed.
They should call themselves Friday After Next, which is also a great Christmas film.
Yeah, I do like the pairing. Initially, before even seeing anything about it, I love the pairing of Swerve and the New Day and Kofi and Austin.
I do too.
I think it's got room to experiment, and I'm just excited to see, because I know how, just from watching him on Up, Up, Down, Down, and seeing how creative that man could be, I can't wait to see what they have planned for the trios and for their tag team. So I don't know if I want to see them win titles right away. I kind of want to see them build to that moment. So let's just get a good showing for them, however they show up on this show. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
Build. Crazy talk.
And we talked about on the podcast, we talked about how we thought we might prefer the New Day to debut in the tag match between Cope and Cage and the Young Bucks. But with the, I think with the trios titles, the way they hot potato them, and I think a lot of times they're using these trios titles to be something to play off and shoot off of other feuds too. So I think these are the titles to win for no reason out of nowhere. I think these would be the titles for the New Day to win on day one. I think that's the only thing I'm hearing, and we tried to push that they should be in that tag team title match, but I think, get the trios match going. If it's a championship roulette, you have them come out last and have them be the team that comes out in front of the paywall. Everyone else, there's one team left. Okay, make sure you buy the pay-per-view because we're going live in 3 minutes. We gotta go.
and I was talking to Donnie about this, and he doesn't like when it bleeds into the pay-per-view. And to a point, I agree, but here it makes 100% sense, because you thinking, okay, it's going to be the New Day, and then you get hit with that paywall. You're gonna be like, damn, I guess we can get some last minute buys here. So it makes 100% sense. And I do agree. I think I would have liked to see them in that tag title match, only if FTR was also involved in a couple ladders, some tables, some chairs. Like if they were.
We'll get there. I think we get there. Revolution. That's always another big show that we get to. Maybe that's where they want to do it. Maybe that's where we do this big generational tag team match and the TLC match that we were all kind of preemptively hoping for this year.
Well, I assume All Out, they have to run New Day Young Bucks. That's a match that's been building for 10 years. There's videos on WWE's YouTube.
That's just around the corner. We have so much time with the Dune now. If
the Dune now,
the Dune Day. I hope that they should come out as the Dune Day.
Well, since we're already talking about it, why don't we talk about the tag title match that's happening on the main show, which is Cage and Cope defending against the Young Bucks. This is the most legendary team of 25 years ago versus the current legendary team. And I think they did a good job building it. They don't need much story other than Cage and Cope versus the Young Bucks. They don't need much else. I kind of assumed this would be a TLC. It's not, and I think that's fine. I think, Ian, you are correct. At Revolution, we'll see a 4-way TLC match for the titles. As for who's winning here, I think this is as close to a toss-up as you can get. I don't think it matters who wins, but I think in my fantasy booking head, the immediate aftermath to this match has to be Kofi and Austin Creed versus the Young Bucks for the AEW tag titles at All Out. And that's a tag match that could main event that show because of the build and how long it's been building up. It's over 10 years old, and it's over video games of all things. So I am fully on the Young Bucks camp. I don't know who I'm going to say Christian probably gets pinned. I don't think they're going to split Cage and Cope up. They don't need to. This is basically their retirement run. But I'm fully going with the super kick partay.
Yeah, I think this is the Bucks to win. It's going to be fun. I can see them maybe opening. Have they like the first behind the paywall show? I can see them opening the show with this. It'll be fun.
Good morning,
Young Bucks should win. Yeah, there's not really much to say. It's been a decently fine build-up. Like you said, you don't need to overdo this and overbook it because it does itself. But yeah, it should be fun.
Yep.
So maybe I'm kind of overthinking how this build has been because I feel like this build has they've not overbuilt it, but they've given a little bit more to a story rather than just like generational talent versus generational talent. I talked about this on the Mark podcast, but like Cage and Cope have had a little bit of a weird kind of relationship going into this match and into this build. A lot of these segments, and especially this past Wednesday at the Go Home show, we had a moment where it looked like Cage and Cope were about to come to blows. And I feel like it's just kind of getting missed right now. So I'm interested to see how that story kind of plays out. I think it just builds more into the Young Bucks winning this. So I don't see the fallout necessarily coming to the New Day quite yet, but I think it's going to come soon. But I kind of want to, and I'm sort of predicting in my fantasy booking mind that we get a split up of Cage and Cope soon, which is going to be rough because we have all these generational talents now, and I kind of am seeing Cope going to be, he might join the Young Bucks and on a little bit of a heel run, and we see a babyface Cage.
Okay, I can see that. I was going to say if you kind of just turn Christian Cage again, it kind of defeats the purpose of the entire tag run. Like, it just would kind of be taking 2 steps back after taking a step forward. But if you go with Cope, and Cope has been cool with the Young Bucks for most of the build, so I guess I could see that happening, and especially with Kenny being heel, maybe you get a new version of the Elite that is the rated R Elite, I guess.
No, it's the Deplete. Cope is old.
At least he'll be putting over those new up and comers, the Young Bucks.
Yep.
First match he put somebody over in.
Yeah. I'm going with the Young Bucks in this one, though. I think let's flip the titles to the Young Bucks, give Cage and Cope other places to go and see. It's the New Day of it all for me that makes everything so interesting. But we always want new debuts in every company ever, and the rosters continue to get bloated. So I hope, you feel great about the New Day being the New Day. What happens? What's it look like? I'm excited for it. I think this could be a great opportunity for AEW to take another step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I say we go. Oh.
And Gag's mentioning that the place is still empty. The first match is in an hour and 40 minutes. He's like, the pre-show's on and nobody's there. Yeah, we still have 2 hours until the main show, you know.
Look at the WrestleMania.
That guy's obviously never been to a stadium show before.
Like,
yeah, right.
It always would be fairly empty until they got till about the last pre-show match, and then it would be filled up. So I say we go from one tag title to another. The Divine Dominion will be defending against the Brawling Birds. I think this is a foregone conclusion. We're in London. The Brawling Birds are going to win. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope they give them some time. I feel like with the Divine Dominion, you don't have to give them time for most of their matches, but let's give this 10 or so minutes. Let's let them breathe. This has been building for a couple months, so let's have some fun. But I fully see Windsor and Hayter taking those titles in front of their home crowd.
And
I'm sorry. I'm going to give AEW some credit here because, again, I always come across negative, but I'm not negative. But I hate women's tag team titles because a lot of times they just do it for the pop of first ever, and then they realize we got a book for this now, and they just take two different talents and throw them together. But AEW have actually built up some legit, like, we are booked as a tag team, women's tag team. So I give them credit for that. I think this will be this is going to be a lot of fun. The Brawling Birds, they've done a good job of building them up. Divine Dominion, fantastic. And I give them credit for actually booking this division like a division and not just throwing two people together for the sake of having women's tag team titles or for using it as a booking tool for singles titles.
Yeah, and when I look at this match, I agree with Boris as well. Bet Online, the odds have the Brawling Birds as overwhelming favorites here. And like you said, every Divine Dominion match does not need and should not be 10 plus minutes. But here, it's going to show the Brawling Birds earn it in a good match. And Divine Dominion has squashed more teams than they have competed against. So I think this is going to be a great win for the Brawling Birds. That's my choice, but I love Divine Dominion too. I'm a Megan Bain.
Has been nothing but great since they won those titles.
And this is why, like, this is one of those matches that can feel wildly predictable, but also still satisfying because of how we got here. And this is hopefully a little bit more of, I think it's strong storytelling in AEW in a women's tag team division where you don't, like Boris mentioned, you don't see that in other places often.
Yep. I don't really have much to. I don't really have much to add.
I think this match
perfect
is very
hometown.
much going to be the Brawling Birds taking Divine Dominion into deep waters where they haven't been, and that's what's going to cause them to lose the titles. We'll go from one title to another. In the finals of the Continental Challenge Cup, in a finals that I would not have picked, it's Jon Moxley defending his AEW Continental Championship against Nigel McGuinness. And I have to say this, when Moxley started the Death Riders and was the world champion, it was the drizzling shits. Oh my God, was it bad. Agreed. Ever since he won this Continental Championship, it has been nothing but quality. He has been consistently one of, if not the best match on every card that he defends that title on. And seeing it, it's very much Jon Moxley in his element, where he's not in his element of technical wrestling and not brawling and deathmatch wrestling, where you get to see Moxley in a different light and you get to see him fully be a technical wrestler and try and wear his opponents down in that 20-minute time limit and continue to win, keep his title. And Nigel, just with I thought this was going to be Jon Moxley versus Jay White because I felt like that was the easiest story to write because Jay White was taken out by the Death Riders before he went off for his injury, and then he came back and he was put in this tournament. But that's not the case. They wanted to give Nigel a big spot in London. We're going to hear Oasis again in London. That's going to rule because Oasis rules, and if you don't like Oasis, you're just wrong. Or
all right, I guess I'm wrong.
And we got a bunch of people in the United Kingdom on this card, and they could do the opposite of what WWE does when they're in their hometowns and have them win. This is not going to be Nigel winning. It's going to be Jon Moxley winning, and I fully believe this is going to be Nigel McGuinness's retirement match, and he's going to lay his boots in the ring, and that's going to be that. I think this is going to be, Mox wins, LOL. Good. Mox wins, lol. I think this is going to be a great match. I think it's going to be very technical. I think it's going to surprise a lot of people for Nigel at this stage in his career, but for somebody who never really got the chance to fully retire and had to just be put on the shelf just because, Nigel has earned a retirement match, and this is the place to do it.
You cannot just invent a cup in a month and tell me that I have to care about it. I think the whole fair. Continental Challenge Cup thing is stupid. I am over Jon Moxley. There has been no growth, nothing in months. And it's just self-indulgent soliloquy promos. There's nothing going on. The Death Riders has played out. We need something to make this thing interesting again. I love Nigel McGuinness, but I couldn't give a shit. It's going to be a half hour he's in his 30-minute Triple H goes over LOL era of his career.
There's a 20-minute time limit.
Okay. Well, a 5-minute overtime, I bet. I could, just there's nothing with the Death Riders. There's no growth. There's no change. I'm not feeling anything that makes me want to care.
I don't know how to react to that because I have yet to hear that reaction to what Jon Moxley has been doing recently. Because I feel like Jon Moxley.
Bad. No, don't get me wrong. The matches are fine. Like, I'm entertained by the professional wrestling I'm seeing. There's just nothing here in this story or what on making up this Continental Cup thing. There's nothing there for me to be invested. Like, oh, cool. This is interesting. It's like, oh no, here comes another long promo about nothing and a long match that he's going to win.
But Boris, it's the first blind draw bracket tournament in professional wrestling history. It's the AEW Continental Cup.
I don't like Oasis.
Okay, all right. We're just putting it out there.
No, I understand. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I personally have been very invested in Jon Moxley and what he's been doing. I think what he's doing with that title it's an interesting take on what wrestling, especially in the AEW sphere, where it is wrestling focused. Like, if you want the title, come beat me in the ring. Like, that's the sign I get from it. And every single Moxley match, I've given this comparison before. It feels like a UFC fight in a way. Obviously, they're not killing each other. They're not actually killing each other. Not beating the shit out of each other.
Well, you never can know with Moxley.
That is true. That's a good point. But no, it feels like it feels like whenever he puts that title up, it feels like it's a main event fight, like an actual fight. And this tournament has been interesting in the way it's played out. Obviously, this is the whole reason is getting Nigel McGuinness against Moxley in his hometown. I do agree with you. I do kind of think this is going to be his retirement match, and he's not going to win, and that's fine. I see what you mean, Boris. With storyline wise, if your focus is on that, there's not much to be invested in. Key takeaways could be Claudio. Claudio right now should have reasonings to come after Moxley. So there's fallout before not being invested into what Moxley's doing right now. We'll have to wait to see what the fallout is after this match.
Yeah, he did that like mini face turn after he lost the title, and for a second there was something, and then it just kind of settled back into what it is, and I'm just kind of.
He's been in the tweener category for like 8 months, and I do agree they need to do something because it seemed like they were going to turn on him when he won the Continental Championship, and then they just didn't. I think the Death Riders have been kind of coasting since then.
I think what part of the issue is they don't want to take shine away from the main feud right now with Will Ospreay. I feel like if you break up the Death Riders, that almost immediately slots them in as the A or the B storyline for AEW, because that would be huge. That would be monumental if Claudio were to overthrow Jon Moxley or Pac were to overthrow Jon Moxley. If that were to happen, I feel like that would kind of take over, at least in my eyes, at least.
No, that's completely fair, and you're not incorrect. It would have to be a huge focus on the weekly TV program because the Death Riders have been together basically for over 3 years at this point. So
I wanted another Kyle O'Reilly Moxley at the pay-per-view when the title's on the line, and can O'Reilly win the big one kind of thing. That's where I thought they were going to go. Obviously, the Nigel thing makes sense as well. But
if O'Reilly never got hurt earlier in the year, he probably would have beat him at what was it, Revolution?
Double or Nothing, I believe.
Double or Nothing. It was one of the earlier shows.
Legends of the Fall, I think it was called. I don't
know. Tuck, did you give a?
Oh, I agree with you, Pierce. I think Mox is going over. This is the swan song for Nigel McGuinness, and everybody wins, including Moxley again.
All right, we're hopping straight into the men's casino gauntlet. I've been on record saying this. Besides the Royal Rumble, this is my favorite match type. It's always so fun, and it's very Rumble-esque with how they do it. It can end at any time. Number 1 is Andre El Idolo. Number 2 is MJF. Also in the match announced are Tommaso Ciampa, Nick Wayne, Commander, Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Davis, Dunkzilla, and Chris Jericho, otherwise known as Jericho. I don't know why he lost his first name, and they still say it on commentary. And then participants to be announced. Before we get into who we think is going to win, do we think there are any surprises, and who do you think they will be? I've got one obvious one, and that's probably going to be Zack Sabre Jr. It's England. He was at Rev Pro yesterday. I think he's going to be in this match. What do you guys think? Who else do you think maybe shows up in this match?
I think everyone has to point to or consider, as we did on the podcast, Ilya Dragunov, and he's my pick to win.
He'll have a 90-day, won't he?
No, he did not renew. He wasn't released.
Oh, so he's free and clear. Okay.
Yeah, he did not
last Wednesday, I think.
Right, he did not renew his deal. So that's my sexy pick. Other than you look at Andrade and MJF, but I think I don't think it goes to either of those guys. I think Andrade uses it to prolong the feud in one way or the other. I don't feel certainty if either of those two were to win. So to put it on Ilya, and they do that a lot. They'll hotshot a guy to the top and then let him settle back down into the mid card and somewhere, but they're not afraid to build excitement as soon as somebody gets here. So I think Zack Sabre Jr. will be there, but I'm crossing my fingers and hoping and thinking it's Ilya. That's where I'm at.
Obviously, Nick Wayne is going to win. I mean, I don't know what the hell's wrong with you guys.
I would be,
and I'm not saying that to be a dick. I actually think Nick Wayne's very talented. It's an MJF thing. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's not going to be surprising. It'll be fun to watch. And I agree with you. It's kind of like their Royal Rumble, and it's always fun to see who's going to come out next. But it's an MJF thing. And can we take that title that Andrade has and throw that in a Volcano too? Like, what are we doing, guys?
I would like it if the original plan for it was actually happening, where they said they could defend it on indie shows. I don't think it's been defended on a single fucking indie.
Ricochet did a lot, and I don't know if Andrade has.
Which I think that's fine. Andrade is above that title, and for the fact of the matter, of course, fucking MJF.
It's not a real title. And where's Nick Wayne's mom? Let's talk about what's really important here.
True. Good point.
Where's Mrs. Wayne? And that's my pick. Mrs. Wayne. No.
We salute you. There you go. See?
If I'm picking anybody, and I can't remember who I picked for the Ope 3-Way episode, but I'm going to change my pick. I think I originally picked Andrade, but because he's been putting in the work and does deserve a world title shot at some point, I'm going to actually go with Mark Davis. I think for somebody at the beginning of the year whose stocks were so low and now they're
agreed,
insanely high, who has earned a world title shot, and especially with my pick for the main event, which we'll get to in some time, it makes sense to give it to Mark Davis here. And he also has my favorite finisher name, and I'm going to continue to say it. His catching pile driver, it is called Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck. So,
wait, can you say that one more time? Close your eyes and count. What's that?
Close your eyes and count to fuck.
One,
nice.
F word.
Two.
We can't say the F word, can we?
Yeah,
we did it again.
No, it's okay. No rules here. No rules here.
Ian, do you have any ideas on surprises or who you think's going to win?
So there's one name that has been mentioned. I don't know the no-compete clause, and I don't know how much they would help the current AEW division, but Sheamus. Sheamus is a name that is a possibility, I think.
I think his contract is lapsing, but it's not lapsing until the middle of October, I think is what I saw, so I don't think he's going to be there.
Okay.
I think if he is, it would be a lot of fun. Him and AEW sounds like great fun, especially if you bring Ilya in and then you... Yeah, lobster head and lemons and whatnot. I think if you bring in Ilya, you don't put him in third, bring him in fourth, have somebody like a Zack Sabre Jr. as in at 3. So you get that, oh my God, we got a hometown boy, and then you have the surprise of Ilya next. Don't bring him in at third because it's too obvious.
I just had a lightning strike. Grado will be in this thing.
Oh my God!
Lightning just struck my brain.
That should be number 3, and then you hear some Madonna. Like a little prayer, not on my knees.
Hey, what's his name? Drake Maverick. Where's he?
Say that one more time, Boris.
Drake Maverick. What was his other name?
Rockstar Spud.
Signed? Yeah, where's he?
I think he just got announced for a Progress tour, so maybe we could see him in this, but I don't know if they really have a working relationship. So I don't know.
Let's get him and Marco Stunt and Action Mike Jackson. Put the trio titles on.
Marco Stunt is definitely not going to be there.
Well, I'm not buying this pay-per-view then.
Pluggo hung out with Marco Stunt last night.
Pluggo is a big Marco Stunt fan.
Pluggo is the Marco Stunt fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Marco Stunt fan too. How dare you? Besmirch the good name.
You don't like Marco Stunt. I don't like you. All right.
Marco Stunt likes Oasis.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on to the AEW TNT Championship. Falls Count Anywhere. Kevin Knight versus Darby Allin. Oh my God, is this going to be stupid fun? Darby is going to be able to do Darby stuff. Kevin is not in his element, but I think he's going to do very well in this match. Kevin Knight has been a fucking phenomenal TNT champ. He holds the record for defenses, and he's trying to get the total record for defenses in a reign. And he's trying to break the record for total defenses as champion. And I think if he beats Darby here, he gets it. I think we're going to see some surprises. We're going to see Steve Borden, and we're also going to see Steve Borden Sr. We're going to see the Stinger. Maybe we see him in war paint. He doesn't do it for conventions, but I think he'd do it for Darby. And I think we're going to see 400 million people in the Callis family come in and try and get Kevin Knight to win, because that faction has way too many people. And it should really only be like 8, and there's like 37. That being said, I think Darby is probably going to win the title. I don't want him to win the title because I don't think he should be TNT champion again. I think this ties him for the record amount of reigns at 3 if he wins. But if they let Darby have a TNT championship reign like they just did his world title reign, I'm not going to be mad at it, because that world title reign is one of the best world title reigns in the past couple of years. So I assume this match is going to be just a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of stupid... He's going to jump off that set. I don't know where he's going to jump off, but he's jumping off somewhere off that set. He's going to pin him in the parking lot. Like, it's going to... Let's have this be fully Falls Count Anywhere. Let them go around the stadium and just cook. Let's have some fun. What are you guys thinking?
What is the over-under on stupid things that Darby Allin's going to do? I've set the over-under at 2.5.
It's
meaning I think, and I'm taking the over.
I'll take the over 2.5.
He's going to do 3 stupid things. I firmly believe that he needs to be saved from himself, because one day it's going to catch up and he's going to get caught. That being said, I don't think he's going to win the match. He's not going to win the title. It'll be fun. He's going to do some dumb shit, and I hope for his sake that he's going to be okay. I've been a firm believer for a long time that somebody needs to sit this kid down and save him from himself and say, look, dude, I get it, but the bump card has only so many bumps on it, and your bump card is a little different because of the dumb shit that you do. And I'm saying, I know I'm hypocritical because I'm a big deathmatch guy, but he's going to get caught one day, and it's going to be really, really sad.
There's a part of me that feels like Darby Allin wants that to be the final chapter in some ways.
I don't disagree with you at all.
Like, yeah, with how often, how
his
crazy,
name is from Gigi Allen, and that guy
fuck Gigi Allen
was insane, and he wanted
Let's not glorify Gigi Allen at all. Sorry.
Do a thing at one of his shows to end his life. Like, that's what he wanted to end. So, like, if he's going that route, it would make some sense. But yeah, fuck
Gigi Allen was also a fucking liar who said that to sell tickets, and Gigi Allen's a scumbag. But anyway, that's another story for another podcast. It's going to be fun. Don't get me wrong. I like watching Darby do dumb shit, but just it's concerning. And yeah, Kevin Knight has super high level. Yeah, he's another guy they're giving the ball with, and he's running. And I don't like him in the Don Callis family because I think he's just another soldier. Whereas I think that he could stand out more, but he's being featured pretty heavily, and I think this will be fun.
I think the fact you said that kind of resembles what I think is going on with this Kevin Knight story with Don Callis' family. I think with the whole purpose of this match is Darby Allin's obviously, we all know he's going to have some backup going into this match. He has Sting, he has his son, probably the entire locker room, honestly. Meanwhile, Kevin Knight, sure, he's technically got the Don Callis family. He's within the group, but I think he's going to find out during this match no one's actually going to come out to help him from the Don Callis family because everybody's busy. Everybody's either in that Casino Royal or, in any other match in that three-way. So that might be the biggest takeaway. We could see Kevin Knight finally, or not finally, but already realize that this whole Don Callis family pairing may not be for him. And if that's the way they go, I think it's a good progression from this feud. I would like to see Kevin Knight retain and kind of grow as a character from this, because I think what he's doing with the title is actually, honestly, pretty fun. He's got a new ego about him, which he knows how to use it and knows how to use that into his personality.
Yes.
Do you have a prediction?
I'm going. We're gonna go with Darby Allin here, just for the coin flip of it all. I think this. When I look at this match, it's just a further opportunity for Kevin Knight to develop in more of that way. We don't see a lot of the Darby Allin type of stuff from Kevin Knight. He's a flyer, and so I think the over/under.
We just found out that Harley Cameron and Chris Statlander won, so we need to celebrate that because Harley Cameron, Chris Statlander, fucking rule. They're the best.
You say a lot of people are the best, Pierce. You are very enthusiastic about many people. I love that enthusiasm. I'm going with Darby Allin in this match.
About you, Tuck.
Stop. I'm blushing. Next.
I do love everybody. Continue, Tuck, before we get into the next.
No, nothing more than what's already been offered. I'm just leaning towards Darby Allin, but coming out of it, I'm gonna Wikipedia GG Allin.
It's his wheelhouse, so it leans more Darby than it does Kevin. If you are liking this, our predictions, we also have a predictions contest that the main event is doing. Make sure to click that link, give us your predictions, and see if you win. You're not bit.ly/OTM All In 26. The champion of the AEW All In Predictions podcast becomes the OTM AEW champion too. So then you have to be a double champ. Because
you can be the OTM champ and have to defend. And right now, the AEW title's vacant because we haven't ran one in about a year.
Because not only would I be that champ, I am the reigning, defending, undisputed, inaugural main event trivia champion. I beat Boris for that title. So
did you put it on your LinkedIn?
Hey, Boris.
No, all love.
We had a good match.
That was super
have
fun.
A good match.
It's just two guys that like to compete. That's what that is. It's just
you
two
don't
dogs.
see me sitting here bragging that I'm in the AEW Hall of Fame, first inductee.
What?
Hey, you should brag about that.
Yes.
The RJ City inducted the entire Love Wrestling content wing into the AEW Hall of Fame on Speedball Mike Bailey's video blog. So I'm in two halls of fame now.
Well,
it's tough being me, man. It's tough.
Let's talk about a match that I think is guaranteed to get into the Hall of Fame. It is a three-way match for the AEW International Championship. Tony Khan, that sick son of a bitch. I thought this was just going to be Fletcher versus Okada because that's what it was building to. And he's like, you know what? Why don't we throw in Konosuke Takeshita? Because I'm a sicko. And to that I say thank you, Tony Khan, because this match is going to be insane in the best way. You have Fletcher and Okada at odds because Okada likes to be the hood ornament, and Fletcher is the true hood ornament of the Don Callis family. And then you have the wild card in Takeshita. And you have three guys that, for the past year and a half or so, they've been intrinsically linked with the Callis family. Takeshita's finally a face and doing great on his own. We haven't seen him, but he's been in the G1. So I think that's going to lead to him being a little beat up for this match. But I think this match is going to steal a show. I don't think there's any of these matches can steal a show, but this is my choice for show stealer 100%. But I think we are going to see a new champion, and it's not going to be the face. I think Okada is going to steal the win from Kyle Fletcher. And I think that's it may happen at the show, or it may happen a little farther out, but I think that's going to be the reason that Kyle Fletcher then goes out on his own. I don't think it leads to a Proto Sheeta reunion just yet. I think they got to build that a little more, but I think Fletcher is going to get kicked out of the Callis family. We're going to see face Fletcher here pretty soon. He's been a heel for, I think, about 4 years now, so he's probably a bit overdue a face turn. But I think the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada is winning the International Championship for the second time. How are you guys feeling about this match?
I agree with you. I think this is going to be the show stealer. My question to the panel is, what is the hierarchy of importance of these mid-card titles? Is the Continental title more important than the International? See, up here, you're understanding. He's picking up what I'm putting down right now. Like, what's the hierarchy of what's more important? Is the TNT the one, and then the Moxley one, and then this one? Like, that's where I'm lost into how
International is here.
Which one's the International? Is that this one?
This is this match. International. Ever since it was introduced, it's basically been their version of a World Heavyweight Championship. This is on par, in my humble opinion, as a world title.
Because I watch the shows every week, and I still don't know.
I would say International, then I would say TNT, then I'd say Continental, and the National is way the fuck down here.
See, I don't get that from the TV. I'm not saying you're wrong. It's just that's not a vibe that I've gotten. That being said, this match is going to rule, and I think it's Takeshita. And we got to cut one of these titles. That shit the one that Andrade has. Like, why do we even do that?
I'd say they should cut the Continental Championship and let the C2 be their G1 for a title match at Revolution.
See, that's simple and clean and normal, not whatever the fuck we're doing with all this stuff. Hey, the cookie guys are out. I'm going to pretend to care. Sorry.
Should we do 5 big booms real quick for them?
Yes.
Ready? Boom! 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 Boom!
Fucking hate wrestling.
Kyle, can you please clip that whole thing, including the fucking hate wrestling part?
No, clip the noise from 3 of us in Boris's face, please.
You have to understand that I've been in this business for 25 years, and it's broken my spirit and soul. Nothing's fun anymore.
Here's the thing. We'll sidebar on this quick. My big thing is that it's always pre-show. It's unimportant. And Big Boom AJ was a wrestler before any of this. I think his first match ever was QT Marshall back in like 2007. And he started wrestling again so he could show his son that he could still wrestle. And I think that's totally fine.
Yep, I'm not begrudging. If you're down with this, let the people have fun. I totally agree. I'm just being a curmudgeon little bastard.
Plus, it brings eyes to wrestling that probably weren't wrestling fans. Because more people will know Big Boom AJ than most wrestlers.
We don't want...
No, we want to gatekeep wrestling.
We don't want people who aren't wrestling fans to become wrestling fans. It's really filling up in there now. Holy shit!
I think he's offering them. He's offering them some cookies. There we go. Some chocolate chunk cookies. Yeah, and some money and a fat stack of cash. I love that. When I also love the triple threat here that we've been chewing on with Fletcher, Takeshita, and Okada. I'm leaning towards Takeshita. Won't be surprised if this is match of the night. As Boris mentioned, and also I have zero input on the mid-card titles and the tiers, the rankability of them. That's one of the things that kind of there's a lot of gold, but which one matters more? The clear kind of ladder for somebody to climb.
Yeah, exactly. I feel you.
They're bouncing around like Plinko. Ian, what are your thoughts on this?
For the title match, I am very interested between the Fletcher and Okada of it all. I love the feud that they're building. It's we've seen it before. Like we won't pretend like we haven't seen this whole idea with the Don Callis
literally
picking one over the other
story 3 months ago that is the exact same, but it makes sense.
What I say
Okada
to it is
a petty bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna say what I say to it is like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think this kind of feud story building works pretty much every single time, in my opinion. It's made superstars every single time. And I'm excited to see Kyle Fletcher as a face because that dude is a natural face. He's very likable, but he could be a heel. He could be a chicken shit heel when he needs to be. I just want to say, just for the whole like ranking of the title thing, I find that like conversation to be, it's weird to me because it's all based on personal preference. If you don't care about a title, don't care about the title, in my opinion. It's all based on personal preference. Do you have the main title? Absolutely. Yeah, that's your pinnacle. After that, I don't know Eric. Where the rest of them fall. Yeah, that's just where I stand on that.
Oh, we lost Boris. What just happened?
Ian just pissed him off. You know what I mean? He gave his thoughts, and Boris said, "I'm freaking out on that." But there's all kinds of sides to it. But I think everybody wins with this triple threat. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. I'm going to Takeshita. Pierce, you said?
I'm going Okada. I think they're putting the title on the Rainmaker. I think it just makes sense. I don't know if they're going to immediately have the kick out at this show, but if they do, I'm not going to be mad at it at all. I say we go in. I think we got 2 matches left. Let's go into the women's world. Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné. I think this is the best built match on the card because it's very easy because these two are basically wrestling soulmates at this point. They're total antithesis to each other. You have Willow, the natural, true blue baby face, and then you have Mercedes, who I thought when she came back she would have been a face, but they brought her back as a heel, which I think is fine. I know Willow's going into this hurt. Apparently she has a broken hand. That does not change my prediction at all. I don't think you put the title on Mercedes yet. They have to do it when she's a face. Willow needs to win this, and it also doesn't help the Willow character for her to lose her first title defense. It kind of is the entire opposite of her character if she loses her first title defense. She needs a true reign with that title. And she's somebody that I think is the most homegrown star in that women's division that they have. And you have Mercedes, who was the import. Of course, she was Sasha Banks in WWE, and she was a huge star over there. They didn't treat her like a huge star, unfortunately, but she was a huge star. She's one of the first 5 women's main eventers of WrestleMania of all time, or like ever. She's one of 5, and you can never take that away from her. But I don't think it's the time because I don't think it makes sense for Willow to lose the title here. It just doesn't to me.
To me, I think it does make sense. I think Willow taking the title off of Tekla creates the lane for Tekla and Mercedes to get after each other down the line. I think Mercedes wins here, and that sets up Mercedes and Tekla. And that is
second defense on Eric, but
my selfish desire too, because I am Tekla Tucky. And so I am hoping that we ultimately get to Mercedes Moné and Tekla out of this.
If you weren't too busy being a WWE, what is it?
Club WWE, remember? I'm a founding member.
WWE
I wasn't going to bring it up on the show. I wasn't going to bring it up on this show.
To WrestleCon Saturday and met her too. I got a picture with her, man.
Yeah, but paying $30 to go pay another sum of money, like to get, because I didn't get the WrestleCon passes in the free window, and so that just wasn't my priority. My priority was to rep Minneapolis as a founding member of Club WWE, and I made that a priority for the weekend.
I could have thrown you my band through the.
Well, I look forward to seeing Tekla down the road as AEW champion once she defeats Mercedes Moné. But that's not happening tonight. I got Mercedes going over.
Tekla that she is not walking into All In as the champion. She 100% deserved it.
That's why they might announce they're going back to Wembley next year. I think they like the spot. And like we said, I think they built this for the Ospreay match in Wembley going back after just 1 year away. But I've got Mercedes in this one for the sake of Mercedes and Tekla in the future.
I would agree with you, Tuck. I think it is Mercedes one to win. Mainly, so a couple things is we have the two big matches for this show. I think we have the other match going one way, which would make more sense for the heel to go over in this fashion, and Mercedes. And also now that we have whether it's kayfabe, whether it's real, the broken hand, they're playing into it. They made it a big point that Willow is not 100%, not near it. That gives Willow an out on losing the title and dropping it, and that allows her to come back, in 2 months or so, whenever it is, and she come back before that title off of Mercedes. Willow's an interesting character because she's a pure babyface. There's not a single soul on this earth that does not like Willow Nightingale, unless your name is Mercedes Moné. So,
all right, guys, I had to restart my internet. Just died. I had to go downstairs to restart my modem. I'm so sorry. Did I just?
We thought Ian pissed you off.
No, not at all, not at all. I had to go. We've been having problems with our internet. So Rogers,
same for me
who's been
too.
bought by Xfinity, is sending us a new one, but it hasn't arrived yet. So our things, I know it's you can't win, especially in Canada. So yeah, sorry about that. No, nobody pissed me off at all. My internet died, so I had to restart it. What are we on? Willow Nightingale?
Yes. Pierce believes Willow is taking it home. I have leaned towards Mercedes Moné, and Ian is in the middle of his thoughts.
Mercedes. I think Willow's got to fall out. If she loses the title, she could come back for it.
I don't like the hot shotting of the title again, so I would like to see Willow keep this. I think this one might be a low-key show stealer as well. I've actually really been liking what they've been doing recently, so yeah.
It's the best built match on the card by a mile, in my opinion.
AJ's getting boomed in the corner. Right, boom! He's getting boomed right now in the corner. It's not great.
If Mercedes does win, I do think it's going to be a similar finish to it may be like a callback-esque finish to Bayley and Banks' Iron Woman match from 10 years ago, where Bayley was stomping her hand in the crossface to win before the tap out. So with that hand injury, I think that's kind of how you lead into that finish. If that's the route they go, I do think Willow should win. But in the main event, we have.
Do you remember when Shane Taylor and Keith Lee were tag teaming in Ring of Honor 100 years ago? Good times.
Brandon probably does, but I don't care about Ring of Honor. So I made Brandon really mad. Kenny Omega, the cleaner. I think this is the cleaner coming back. Defending against Will Ospreay, and as of yesterday, Callum Newman will be in his corner. I don't think that's going to play into the finish. People are thinking I think that's a complete red herring. Callum's not turning here. If he does, you just wasted an entire year of storytelling and Will being on the shelf, because this is built for Will Ospreay winning the AEW World Championship. I
really want him to lose, just because I think it would be heartbreakingly for a lot of people, and they could have a lot of fun with the story.
You hate the UK.
I don't want him to
like
lose.
Oasis.
I don't want him to lose to make people upset. I want him to lose because I think that it would be an amazing story. He's not going to. I think it'd be rad if he did. What do you think? 60 minutes? 45?
I think this is going to be 30 to 45. I think this is going to be more story built than anything. In my predictions, I think this is going to be like closer to Kenny Okada 4, where the story was like, of course that was a 62-minute match, but the story was really what it was about. I think this match ends one way, and that's with Will Ospreay kicking out of the One-Winged Angel at 2 and being the first man to do it since Kota Ibushi. Not MJF. MJF does not count at all. And Tiger Driver. And I've been talking with some people online. I put it on our clips. You should check them out. It's on our TikTok, Instagram, where I said it's a hot take that he kicks out at 2. Some guy decided, he's like, that's not a hot take. He's going to kick out at 1, and I'll be back here Sunday when it happens. If Will kicks out at 1, you defeat the whole purpose of kicking out of the One-Winged Angel. 100%. It is the dumbest fucking idea that they could make, because the One-Winged Angel is the most protected finisher maybe of all time. And if you kick out at 1, the mystique of the One-Winged Angel and the story of the One-Winged Angel is gone.
I think the mystique of finishing moves in 2026 is gone anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Besides the One-Winged Angel. Besides that.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side now. I used to be over there, because I was going to point up to that guy and be like, this guy gets me. But this guy doesn't get me. But that guy, or that guy gets me.
It's hard. It's impossible.
But with the One-Winged Angel, as soon as that hit, that's it. That match is done. So if you kick out at 1,
but AEW always does the kick out at 1 into the power rage, and then like I wouldn't be shocked if it happens.
But they should not do it. It has to be 2.9999999. It has to mean something. If it kicks out at 1, it means nothing. So
break your heart a
I'm
little
going to
bit
go with Will Ospreay, and it's going to cement
ahead.
him as the greatest wrestler of his generation against the greatest wrestler of the generation before him.
I'm going to explain this, and I'm not saying this as an insult to AEW whatsoever, but we have to understand that AEW is just an indie with a lot of money. There'll be a kick out of one in the first match.
With money.
There'll be a pile driver on the apron in the first match.
The big boom.
They're the ones who do blood in the first 3 matches on a pay-per-view when the main event's a fucking street fight. None of it means anything. And I'm not saying it's, don't get me wrong, it's fun. I love it. But things making sense per se is not necessarily top of the priority.
No, it's a theme park, and there's 12 different rides. It's kind of, in that view, each match is its own ride, and like you said, they're not worried about getting color in the first 3 matches, or it's not necessarily a gradual cortisol build. When you're at that main event, you're like, this is going to be the only time this could happen. But they're all great matches, and AEW is getting my view for that. And again, even if you don't tap in, AEW is going to be a great show. It's just not so story.
AEW is to wrestling what Kiss is to music, and hear me out on this, okay?
We've said that before.
Kiss is like the peanut butter cups of food. There's no nutritional value there whatsoever, but it's fucking delicious.
And everyone knows what it is. It's yeah. Yep. Everyone can get to it. Yep.
Wrestling is supposed to be a variety show, and unfortunately, AEW likes one variety more than anything. You get the occasional, like you want some M&Ms, we'll give you some M&Ms, but you're gonna like this fucking Reese's cup.
The cookie guys won.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time.
Ian.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that hasn't been talked about already since it's gotten to me.
Sorry, dude.
Will Ospreay wins. That's really all I got to add. That's my prediction.
Well, that is, it has to be Will. It has to be. If he loses, it literally just ruins a year of storytelling.
Oh no, Will Ospreay loss creates its own documentary.
I want it so bad.
It's not Cody losing at 39. It's very much and winning at 40. If he loses here, it's just pointless to me. Like it's a completely different, because in lead up to 39, Cody won all of his matches. Will's lost quite a few matches in the lead up to this match. So
okay, wait a second. The Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal gimmick thing. If you win that, do you get like a Money in the Bank type gimmick? Because have MJF come and just take his title at the end. That would be magical. I would
title shot, title opportunity of your choosing. So the winner gets to kind of pick when and where it happens. It sounds
have MJF come out and take his title at the end of the
There's a rule now. They added a rule as of last year because of MJF being a shithead. You have to give a week lead time into it. You can't cash in on the same night.
Oh.
So make sure
I actually don't
get
like
your
that.
predictions
Never mind.
for the OTM All In 2026 contest. I believe I'm going to win. I probably won't, but I believe I will. Before we head home, let's go around the horn. Where are you guys from? I'll end it off. Tucky, start us up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to join the main event mixer here. I am Jim Tucker at JimTuck89 on the socials, and I am 1/4 of the On the Mark Wrestling podcast, the flagship podcast of the Main Event Wrestling Network. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you follow us, and I hope you follow the Main Event Wrestling Network at @main_event_ on all the socials. I'm going to throw it to the guy beneath me, only in visuals here. Ian Garavaglia, sup, bye, thanks.
What's up, man? Hey, I'm also another 4th of the @Pod on the Mark. You catch us every Thursday, usually every Thursday at the same time, 8 Eastern, where we chat wrestling, WWE. Well, I don't chat WWE, but I know Tuck is there for the WWE shows. I'm there for the AEW shows. We also have producer Bert. We also have Mr. OTM, Kyle Gagliardi. He is behind the scenes right now, I think, but yeah, Boris, send it to you.
I feel like he's watching me right now and questioning
he watches every
decisions. You can find me at a whole bunch of friggin' places here. Happy to be here on the Main Event Network. I've been talking to Great Brown Hope about some trivia things, so keep an eye out for that coming up. You can find me over on Love Wrestling Wednesday nights with the AEW Dynamite Watch Along, Saturday nights on Saturday Night Love. You can find me behind the microphone for all LPW Love Pro Wrestling events, including September 25th, live and free on YouTube. And yeah, you can find me later on today watching Degrassi: The Next Generation with Mrs. Boris over on my Twitch as well.
Whatever it takes. I know I'll make it through.
I know I can make it through. Yeah. We're starting season 3.
But
Emma kissed Sean. I couldn't believe it. These guys have no idea what the fuck we're talking about.
Not a clue.
But it was the show that Drake was on before he was Drake, you know.
Oh, yeah.
My Canadian is showing.
Last name Walken, first name Never. So I'm Pierce from the OPA3-Way. You can find us at all social media platforms at OP_A3_way. New
the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, has arrived.
Yes.
Can't say that.
As we have put on, we at the Main Event Network are on the road to 420. And make sure to subscribe so we can get to 420. We can get to 500, 600, 700, 800, whatever, because we're going to keep pumping out these mixers. We're going to pump out all these great podcasts, all this great content, because we at the Main Event Network, more than anything, love wrestling and love putting out the positive vibes of wrestling, besides Boris, who likes putting out the negative.
I do not. That is not true.
I
love women's tag team titles. They're great.
But
I love trios titles. Let's have a quadruples title too.
See, he loves wrestling because he's on Love Wrestling. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your morning to be here. I hope you guys thought I did a good job of hosting. This is the first time I hosted something like this. So
we had fun. It's a good show.
Yeah, it was a great time. I appreciate you guys, and as always, have a beer on us from the OPA3-Way, and we'll see you next time.
What up, though? You already know what it is. Best in the world, aka The Problem. Isaiah Bronin. And you watching the Main Event Wrestling Network.